Hello MotoGP fans, welcome back to GP today. Marc Márquez is making the most of his time at Ducati despite riding a year-old GP23 bike. While the 2024 Ducati package has demonstrated incredible power through riders like Jorge Martín and Pecco Bagnaia, Márquez remains content with his equipment and hasn't requested any special updates. Ducati team manager Davide Tardozzi shared his insights on Márquez's professional approach this season. Ducati Corse director Gigi Dall'Igna has reflected on the Indonesian GP, emphasizing the critical stage of the MotoGP season, where every point feels like it's worth double. The race offered a mix of results for Ducati, with Jorge Martín and Pecco Bagnaia maintaining their title contention, while Márquez and Enea Bastianini missed out on crucial points. As the championship battle heads to Motegi, Dall'Igna is calling for immediate action to keep Ducati in the fight. Francesco Bagnaia, the reigning MotoGP world champion, is gearing up for the 2024 Japanese Grand Prix at Motegi, where he plans to sharpen his racecraft in the early stages. After a tough Indonesian GP, Bagnaia knows every point matters as the battle for the championship tightens. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Despite the limitations of riding last year's bike, Márquez has proven himself to be competitive, though restricted in certain races due to the power disparity between the GP23 and the 2024 model. However, Tardozzi insists that Márquez isn't asking for additional updates or assistance from the team. This year he is free to do his best performance on the race track. All of the technical options are in the contract. Marc knows what he can have, he asks for nothing more. Quote from Davide Tardozzi. Márquez, known for his fierce determination and racing genius, has instead focused on extracting the most from the machine he has, showing his professionalism and dedication to his craft. Marc is showing himself as a professional rider. He knows what he has, and he's working with the package. Last weekend at the Indonesian MotoGP in Mandalika, Márquez's fight for a podium finish was cut short when his GP23 bike went up in flames, forcing him to retire from the race. This incident left him 78 points behind championship leader Jorge Martín heading into the Japanese MotoGP at Motegi this weekend. Despite the setback, Márquez has secured a promotion to the factory Ducati team in 2025, where he will ride alongside current champion Pecco Bagnaia. There's growing anticipation about how Márquez and Bagnaia will work together as factory Ducati teammates in 2025. Tardozzi is confident that the two will maintain a strong, cooperative relationship. Ducati management, including Gigi Dall'Igna, Mauro Forghieri, and the team's engineers, are all focused on preserving the positive atmosphere within the team as they prepare for next season. The relationship between the two? We think, we hope, we know it will be good. We are sure that everything will be good, Tardozzi told Bike Crash. Márquez and Bagnaia even shared a light-hearted moment at Mandalika when Márquez gave Bagnaia a ride back to the pits after the champion ran out of fuel during practice. But whether their relationship remains as harmonious when both are vying for the title remains to be seen. For next season, we have two intelligent guys. Not only fast guys, also intelligent. They know that by working together they can develop the 2025 bike in a very good mode, Tardozzi concluded. As Marc Márquez prepares to join the factory Ducati team in 2025, the MotoGP world is eagerly awaiting how this new dynamic will unfold. Both he and Bagnaia will be racing for individual glory, but it's their ability to work together that could define Ducati's success in the coming years. Jorge Martín's incredible form continued in Indonesia, as he dominated the race from start to finish. Having already secured an outstanding pole position, Martín was untouchable on race day, leading every lap and demonstrating his superiority. Martín's win in the long race, his first in almost 4 months, came at a crucial moment in the season. With the championship in its final stages, every point earned becomes even more valuable. It was undoubtedly a race dominated and led by an absolutely inspired Martin, unstoppable on a track where he had already taken his incomparable pole position. At this stage of the season, each point, so to speak, doubles its value. Quote from Gigi Dall'Igna. Pecco Bagnaia faced significant challenges at Mandalika but showed the tenacity of a true champion. After a difficult start, Bagnaia fought his way back to take third place, minimizing the damage in the title race. Bagnaia's performance was impressive, especially considering the number of issues he faced early in the race. Despite falling back in the first laps, he staged a remarkable recovery to secure a podium finish just 5 laps before the checkered flag. Pecco came out well from this battle for the podium. He gave it his all, relying only on his determination in a very tenacious comeback. He managed to limit the damage with an unexpected result, fighting tooth and nail. Now, for us, it is imperative to get down to work without further delay, Dall'Igna told by Motosan. While Bagnaia and Martín kept their title hopes alive, Enea Bastianini's crash during the Indonesian GP may have cost him his shot at the championship. Bastianini started strong but struggled in the early laps before mounting a late surge. Unfortunately, a crash 6 laps from the end dashed his hopes of securing a podium. Enea's first laps were hesitant, and although he fought bravely for second place, his crash ended a promising race and cost him precious points. Bastianini's determination was evident, but his failure to finish has likely removed him from the title contention as the season enters its final stretch. Amid the ups and downs of MotoGP, Dall'Igna received positive news from the World Superbike Championship in Aragon. Ducati's Alvaro Bautista delivered a stunning performance, securing a double victory and further cementing his place in SBK history. With Sunday's double, Bautista regains all his splendor, now with 63 victories and 105 podiums, something none of us had ever achieved, he concluded. Dall'Igna also praised Andrea Iannone's return to form with a win on Saturday, showcasing Ducati's strength across multiple disciplines. As MotoGP heads to Motegi, Ducati faces a crucial phase in the championship battle. With Martín and Bagnaia still in contention, and the team calling for immediate action, the upcoming races will be decisive. Meanwhile, Ducati's dominance in World Superbike continues to bring pride to the Italian manufacturer. With just a few races left in the season, the fight for the MotoGP World Championship is more intense than ever. Ducati's Pecco Bagnaia is trailing Promac's Jorge Martín after the latter's victory in Indonesia, but the gap is narrow enough that a single mistake could shift the balance. Bagnaia, determined to improve, recognizes that the conditions at Motegi will be crucial, especially as weather forecasts predict potential rain. Aware of the high stakes, Bagnaia is focused on his performance, particularly in the early laps, where he struggled last weekend. In his push for better results, Bagnaia is working closely with his team to boost his competitiveness from the start of the race. Japan is one of my favorite destinations, so I'm really happy to be racing here this weekend. Compared to Indonesia, the weather and track conditions will be very different, and there's also a chance of rain, so it will be important to be prepared for any situation. We will work hard to improve our competitiveness in the early stages of the race, which is where we struggled a bit last Sunday. I'm ready and excited to get back on track. Quote from Pecco Bagnaia. Enea Bastianini, Bagnaia's Ducati teammate, is also preparing for the Japanese GP with determination after a crash in Indonesia cost him crucial points. Bastianini, currently third in the championship standings, has a mathematical chance of remaining in the title fight, but he needs strong results. After 2 years away from Japan, Bastianini is looking forward to returning to Motegi, a track he enjoys and where he hopes to bounce back from recent disappointments. I'm happy to be back on track straight away and put last Sunday behind me. I haven't raced in Japan for 2 years, but I've always liked the Motegi track and we've been fast on almost all the circuits lately. Quote from Enea Bastianini. Though the championship gap has widened, Bastianini remains focused on pushing for the best possible results in the remaining races. The gap in the championship is getting bigger and bigger, but it's not yet mathematically impossible. It will be important to stay focused in these last few races, give our best, and always push as hard as possible. Bastianini concluded by Motorsport. With both Bagnaia and Bastianini focused on bouncing back at the Japanese GP, all eyes are on the weather and race conditions at Motegi. Will Bagnaia close the gap on Martín, or will the pressure build as the season draws closer to its finale? We'll find out this weekend. Thanks for watching ZN GP today, and this is your MotoGP news update. See you in the next video.